Hello children, welcome back to my Corel Draw class. This is Mansi teacher. Let's start. Let's see how to start with the Corel Draw. To start Corel Draw, you may go for start menu, and then after that you can see the Corel Draw icon. Corel Draw application name is given in the start menu itself, or else if it is not there, you may go for all programs, Corel Graphics Suite 11. In this you have to click and select Corel Draw 11. This will, when you click on it, it will start with the Corel Draw 11. It asks you for a few options in the welcome to Corel Draw screen. First is new graphic. This I have explained you last week also. New graphics, open last edited. New graphics allows you to start with a new file. Open last edited allows you to open the last edited file. Open graphics is, this option will allow you to open the file Corel Draw files which are there in the machine or in the computer. You can open from here. Next, template. It's a ready-made template. With this you can make use of it for creating different designs. Corel tutorial, Corel tour is available, tutor, as well as the next is what's new in this Corel. Now today we will be doing the next option, first option, that is new graphics. We'll start with a new file. Click on new graphic option so that it will start with a new Corel Draw file. You can see on the title bar. This we have done last week, revision I'm doing it now. Corel Draw 11 graphic 1. Corel Draw 11 is the name of the application it is giving me on the title bar, and graphic 1 is the name of the file. Corel files are called as graphic files. It has been saved with the extension of CDR. .cdr is the extension for the Corel files. On the title bar it gives me the name of the file. Below title bar we have got the menu bar. These are the different menus: file, edit, view, layout, and so on. There are many more menus available. Now let me remove this menus. Now let's go down for the next bar. This is standard toolbar, which gives me new, open, save, print, cut, copy and paste command. There are many more commands also available. Below this standard toolbar we have got property bar. Can you see this property bar where the letter, this is the paper type it is showing, margins, that is height and width of the paper is given. Okay, this is orientation, portrait or landscape. Fine. Likewise there are many more properties for the paper it is showing me. This property bar, it's a basically this has been used, is the most used area in the Corel Draw. This is used for what purpose? This property bar gives me the properties of the current state. That means the current selected option. Now nothing is selected, so that's why it is giving me the page properties. Otherwise, whichever tool you will select from the toolbar, see now I'm selecting different tools. Those tools properties it gives me on the property bar. Can you see this change on the property bar? As I'm clicking on the different tools, those properties, that particular tools property, it gives me on the property bar. I'm selecting pick tool, arrow tool. Let's see now further. Below property bar we have got a scale bar, scale tool. Here this is the scale, horizontal scale and the vertical scale. In this left hand corner we have got the toolbox which has different tools for the Corel Draw. Now this big white color page is the page where you will be using this area for drawing, as well as the surrounded area. Around this page we have got the work area. This also you can use for the drawing purpose, but always remember, drawing which is there on the page will be printed. So keep this in mind. Whatever you will draw, it must be on the page if you want to take a printout. Next part, we'll go to the right hand side of the screen. This is called as color palette. This also I have explained you last week. This is called as color palette. What color palette gives me? Different color shades, and with this color palette, how I'm expanding, see now, with this color palette I'm just clicking down arrow of it. I'm moving down to the end of the color palette. Can you see the expansion arrow? You can click on it, you will get the expanded color palette. So all the shades of those colors it gives me. right? With this color palette you can select the color to fill inside the object, as well as you can change the color for the outline of the object also. Am I clear to you all? To move out, to keep it normal, just click outside. It has been shifted again inside. Now let's come down. Last week I have explained you, if one of this bar is not there by mistake, if you moved anywhere or if you remove from the screen, how to get it back. That we have done it last week. How to get it back? What to do is, suppose I'm moving all these bars just now, which I have explained you. I'm moving it menu bar down. How I'm moving it? Moving my mouse arrow in front of that is the beginning of the menu bar. There are two lines it is showing me here. I'm just clicking and dragging it down. See, menu bar is shifted down. Same way, standard toolbar I'm dragging it down. Same way, property bar I'm taking it down. Can you see all the bars? This toolbox also I'm moving. Even color palette also, can we do this with a color palette? Yes, of course. Move your color palette. Okay, I'm just moving it with the arrow tool. Just move it down. Understood? Now how do I adjust this? Again, to adjust this I can make use of this title bar of this bars. Toolbox. How do I move? Just move your mouse arrow above that means on the title bar, and move it in its place back. Click and drag. Same here for the color palette. Move it back. Okay. Now suppose I'm just getting the color palette here. Sorry. And closing it. Now what happens? See, it is closed. How do I get it back then? For that, let me arrange the menu bar first. Click and drag it up. Now to get the color palette, what to do? Just go to window menu, color palette command, and select here default CMYK palette. This gives me the color palette. I can move it back. Right? Same here. I can adjust these toolbars. Standard toolbar, property bar, I can adjust wherever I want. Right? Now if one of this, if the suppose menu bar is also disabled, then how do I get these bars again? For that you can right click in the blank area in front of the property bar, or else in the standard toolbar, right click. You can get this menu bar from here also. These all bars you can activate from here also. Okay, as well as these property bar and standard toolbar is available in window menu. Toolbars, you can see these bars are available in over here also. Standard toolbar, property bar, and toolbox. Okay, if the toolbox is not there, how do I get it back then? Window, toolbars, and select toolbox. It will get appeared over here. Now let me go back to, while moving this, all these pages, I'm just shifted the page size also. Okay, now all of you see this, what I did, I explain you what it is. First of all, let's come back to the tools. We will we'll understand how to make use of the tools. Now all of you, as I told you, these toolbars are just now I explain. One thing is remaining from this is, that is a status bar. On the status bar, can you see this on the status bar? Down and below, above the taskbar, you can see there is a status bar showing here. Now on the status bar there is a fill sign and there is a border sign. This fill is the fill color. What is the given in the fill color now? Cross. That means no fill color is selected. And this is outline pane tool, which what it is showing here? No, none. That means nothing has been selected for the outline also. Fine. Now let me draw here one. Let me draw one rectangle or a square here with the help of rectangle tool. How do I do it? Just move your mouse arrow over rectangle tool. I'm selecting it. After selecting it, with this tool you can draw a rectangle or square. How? Just move your mouse arrow on the page and click and drag your mouse. With this you can draw a rectangle like this. You may draw a rectangle this way also. Okay, as well as you may draw a square. To get a square, you need to press control button to get the square. To get a perfect square, you need to press control button, children. Keep this in mind. Okay, Now once this object is ready, rectangle is ready, now how do I fill color in it? With the color palette, how do I fill color? Always remember to fill the color. What you can do is select the pick tool. Now again from here, from rectangle, again to go back with the mouse arrow, I'm just going back towards the pick tool and then clicking on it. Instead I can press space bar, it will select my pick tool. Look at the toolbar, which tool is selected now? Pick tool is selected. See now, pick tool is selected now. Okay, now here I'm just clicking on the color palette, whichever color you want as a fill. I'm selecting a color here. See which color is selected for a fill? Yellow color. Can you see on the status bar? On the status bar, the object, after drawing an object, what it is giving? Color yellow for fill and color black color for outline. Okay. Now to fill color inside the object, what we have to I have told you, just click on the color, right? I'm selecting this rectangle and clicking on the color. Is the color getting filled inside? Yes. But if I want to change the outline color, then what to do? Outline color is what now? Black. How do I change the outline color? First select the object for which you want to change the outline color. Okay. After selecting the object, just move your mouse arrow over color palette. On the color palette, you will have to right click on the color which you want to change as a outline for that object. Now I am selecting here color as red. Okay, red color as an outline. How do I do it? Right click on the red color, so that red color it will come in the outline. Am I clear to you all? See, to fill color, you need to click on the color palette, which color you want, and to give the outline color, you will have to right click on it. Am I clear? Now, always remember children, it is must compulsory to select the object first and then go for changing the color. If without selecting the object, if you are going for changing the color, what will happen? See now, I'm not selecting object. I'm clicking on the page. Is any object selected now? Nothing has been selected. Now, if I select any color from the color palette, what will happen? See now, I'm selecting green color. What will happen? It will ask me for uniform fill. If I give here OK, what will happen then? After giving OK, uniform fill will be green color, and now if I draw any object, see now, that object has come in the green color by default. This is not required. Actually, you are not supposed to do this for. So all the objects, it will give me green color only. Whichever object I'll draw, it will give me in green color only. Square I'm drawing with a control button. See now, it is coming in green color. Then how do I remove this default color? This has become a default color now. How do I remove it? Just have to again select pick tool. How to select pick tool? I'm just pressing space bar. Is the pick tool selected? Yes, it is selected now. And now move your mouse arrow on the cross button on the color palette. The first color from the color palette, no color. Just clicking on it. That's it. Just click on the page and just click on this no color and give OK. Is it clear to you? So what will happen now? This color will removed from the default color, it will become no color fill. So that after this, if you will draw any object, it will give me a normal color, no color fill, and only border black it will give me. Am I clear to you? Now let's move further. This is about the rectangle tool and the color palette. Okay children, with the rectangle tool we can draw a square as well as rectangle. Next tool is the ellipse tool. Ellipse tool will help me out to draw circle and ellipse. Select ellipse tool and click and drag over whichever shape you want. You may draw ellipse like this also. But when you require perfect circle, you need to keep pressing control button and drag, so that it will give you a perfect circle. Clear to you? Let me go further for the next tool. I'm not explaining any properties right now. We are just simply understanding how to make use of these tools first. Okay, after this, the next tool is the polygon tool, graph paper tool, and the spiral tool. Polygon tool, what is that? It does. See how this window has appeared. I have just keep pressing on that button. There is a black color. It's giving me in front of that tool. So it gives me the pop-up menu. In this I'm selecting polygon tool. With polygon tool, it allows me to draw a polygon. Okay, it allows me to draw a polygon, as well as if I want to draw a star, I may go for drawing a star on the property bar. Select star. See now what has happened now? What is it? It has changed to star now. Okay, next is this graph paper. It's a ready-made graph paper. Click and drag over, it gives me the graph paper view. Next is the spiral tool. Spiral tool also available here. We'll see the properties of all these later on. Let's simply draw these objects first. Next tool is the basic shapes. This is called as basic shapes tool. In this basic shapes, arrow, then flowchart shapes, then star shapes, and then call out shapes. We will see first basic shapes. When I click on basic shapes, it gives me basic shape properties on the property bar. In this, perfect shapes are available. I'm just clicking on it so that it gives me many more shapes available in the perfect shape. I'm selecting different shapes which we want. Okay, now with this I'm selecting smiley shape also. Fine, understood how to get the shapes. This is rainbow shade, we can do it with this. Okay, now let's go further for the next shape. That is, after basic shapes we have got something called as arrow shapes. These are ready-made shapes available, so whichever kind of arrow you want, select and draw. See now. Okay, these are arrow shapes. Next is the flowchart shapes. With these shapes you can make use of these shapes for drawing flowcharts, or flowchart shapes you can make use. See now. Okay, now after this we have got something called as star shapes. These are the different star shapes are available. Okay, I'm selecting this star shape. See now. Okay, next to that we have got the call out menus. Call out menus are the ready dialog box we can give for the cartoon dialogues. Okay, so I'm selecting this call out menu, showing that the smiley face is telling hi, something like that. Okay, this is what the different shapes available in the basic shapes. Okay, basic shape is the name of the tool. Fine, I have showed you rectangle, ellipse, and then polygon tool. In this polygon, then graph paper, and then spiral tool. After this we have got the next shapes, that is basic shapes, arrow tool, flowchart shapes, star shapes, and call out menu. These are the different shapes we have done just now. Okay, how do I fill color in it? To fill color, press space bar. It takes me to the arrow tool. Select any one of the shape, whichever you want to fill color. You may go for the color which you want. Okay, for this smiley shape I'm just giving yellow color. The shape, let's try out the different shades. Okay, now spiral, if I try to fill color inside the spiral, is it going to fill inside? No, it is not going to fill color inside. Why it is so? Because spiral is not an enclosed shape. Okay, so color fill will happen only in the enclosed shape. So you can change the outline color for the spiral. How to change outline color? Just now I have explained you. Outline color you may change by right clicking on the color which you want as an outline. I am changing the outline color as this shade. Can you see the difference? Okay, likewise you may fill color as well as change the outline color for the different objects. I hope you must have understood this. Okay, we'll go further for the next part. With these shapes which just now we have designed, with these shapes we will create one cartoon or snowman kind of design we will create. Let's clear this clutter what we have done just now. How do I do that? I want to remove everything which I have designed here. You may go for arrow tool, that means pick tool, and press Ctrl A. Ctrl A, what it does, it allows you to select all the shapes. It allows you to select all the shapes, or else what you can do is click and drag over all the shapes. This is called as selection marquee. Okay, with this you may select the all the shapes and press delete button to remove. Now with these basic shapes, with all the shapes which we did it just now, with this we will create one design. Okay, we'll try to create one design. Let's see how to do it. Now first of all, we'll be creating a design with the basic shapes. In that smiley face was there, right? Where is the basic shape? See now, here it is, about text tool. This is the basic shapes. In this smiley face is in, I think, basic shapes only. Let's try out. Yes, it is here only. I'm selecting it and drawing a smiley face. Done. Okay, and let me give color to it by pressing spacebar. I'm selecting arrow tool. That object is also getting selected. I'm here selecting yellow color for it. Fine. Yellow color you want, or else pale yellow. Okay, I'm selecting pale yellow color. Fine. After this, I'm drawing one more circle below the shape. Okay, selecting ellipse tool to get the circle. You want a circle or ellipse? Just try to decide. Let me draw a circle here. I want a perfect circle now. Okay, with the control button I'm drawing it. See now, with the arrow tool I'm just dragging it down to adjust the size of it. You may change the size of this object. How to change the size? Just observe this. I have selected with the pick tool. To change the size, you can make use of these outline borders points where they have given, which will help you out to change the size of the object as well as to change the shape also. See this way. Understood? Let me do undo. I don't want this way. I'm just doing undo with the undo command here, or else you may press Ctrl Z command from the keyboard. Okay. Now adjusting that circle below the smiley face, exactly in the center I'm trying to adjust. Done. Fine. For this also I'm giving pale yellow color shade. Okay. How do I give that? Just go for a color shade and pale yellow color fill. That's it. After this, what else I want to do here? I want to draw one cap for the shape. Okay. How do I draw a cap? For that you may go for basic shapes only. And triangular shape, it was maybe in the flowchart shapes. Let's try out. Yes, it is there in the flowchart shapes. I'm selecting this triangle shape. Now let's draw one triangular cap for this character. Okay, I'm drawing a cap for this character. Okay, let's adjust this later on. I'm just giving red color for it. Okay, but this cap is overlapping his face, isn't it? Okay, fine. Let's adjust this properly. Done. Okay, now let it adjust little bit, and size of the cap you may change as per your wish. See, I'm just basically from side I'm trying to reduce the size of it. Okay, now our cartoon shape is ready. It looks like a snowman or what do you think? You just think over. Okay, now once it is ready, what you have to do is you will have to select all the shapes. How many shapes we have done it with? One is smiley face, the other one is circle, and the other one is the triangular shape. Okay, all these shapes, all these figures you need to select. How do I select? You may select it with the arrow tool, pick tool, and then with the pick tool select all. The shortcut key I'm telling you, select all shortcut key is Control A. Control A is the shortcut key to select all the objects which are present on the page. Is it selected? Yes, it is selected now. The next, what you have to do, after creating the object, you have to select all the objects which you have created and make a group of it. How to do that group? For group command, the shortcut key I'm telling you, it is Control G. Remember, to group the object we have to give here Control G. Once it is done, Control G also we have given. Now once it is done, you can save your file. How do I save the file? First of all, to save the file, you can go for File menu and Save command. When we go for save command, what happens here? This saves a file with the extension type as called as CDR. That is, CDR is an extension for CorelDRAW file. Okay, it saves this file with the CDR extension. I'm saving it. Fine. I'm saving it into D drive. There is one CorelDRAW folder I have created in D drive. Okay, in this I'm saving, and the file name I'm giving it as what, snowman? Does it look like a snowman? Okay, fine. This is our first character we have created using CorelDRAW. Yeah, it's okay, fine. It is little bit similar to it. we are giving the name as snowman only and saving it. This file is saved. You can see the file name has appeared on the title bar. What is that? Snowman.cdr. But after creating this character, what I want, I want it should display me in the JPG file. It should give me the export I want to do in the JPG file, so that I can use this character for other reason also. For other animation or for somewhere else if I want to put, so I can make use of it. So what we should do for that? You can go for file menu and export command. Export command is there, that is shortcut key is Control E. When we go for it, you can select the file name, type file name here. I'm just giving file name as snowman only, and here what is the extension it has come. There are many more type of files you may change to. File formats are given. I am selecting it as JPG format bitmap, JPEG bitmaps. I have selected this. Where I want to store it in D drive only, so I'm just going for a D drive in my computer in CorelDRAW folder. I'm storing it JPG snowman file. I'm saving it here. By export command, I'm exporting it. Export, give OK. Whatever the points which are given here, keep it as it is and just give OK. OK again. That's it. Your file is ready. How I'll come to know? I can go for that my folder of CorelDRAW. I'm just going for CorelDRAW folder where it is created. Okay, you can see this is snowman. This is snowman CorelDRAW file, and the other file which I have created, that is snowman JPEG file. I can open this JPEG file and double click and open this, and you can see the output as a JPEG. Is it clear to you? That's it for today, children. I hope you must have enjoyed this, as well as if you have a CorelDRAW 11 or CorelDRAW 12 or any other CorelDRAW software, you may use this, you may practice this at your home. Okay, clear to you? Then we see you in the next week. Bye.